of Brunswick Community College, I would like to welcome you to our 73rd Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy graduation. Our audience includes family and friends of the graduates, law enforcement and other public safety professionals, BLET instructors, BCC faculty and staff, and more. It's an honor to have you with us today. My name is Eric Holloman, and I serve as the Dean of the Professional and Technical Division. Basic Law Enforcement Training, also known as BLET, is one of the departments within the P&T division. We are very proud of our graduates and our BLET program. While some of our graduates find work locally, others seek employment elsewhere in our state. The citizens of our county and state, therefore, deserve highly trained law enforcement professionals. Our BLET cadets deserve the very best, including knowledgeable and compassionate instructors, the best training facilities, and the newest equipment. Our goal at Brunswick Community College is to surpass our stakeholders' expectations. Attending a BLET program requires a significant amount of effort and dedication from the cadets, as family members have discovered. Some cadets work in addition to attending BLET. Some are married, some have children, and all have other responsibilities. With regard to this graduating class, in January we started with 20 cadets, and now 13 are graduating. This is our first graduating class of the new BLET 2025 program. The 874 hours that our cadets completed over approximately 6 months is roughly equivalent to someone taking 18 3-contact hour college degree courses. In contrast, our Associate Applied Science degree in Criminal Justice Technology consists of 23 courses, and that's intended to be completed over approximately 2 years. The good news is that part of those BLET hours can be applied towards an associate's degree in Criminal Justice Technology or Public Safety Administration at Brunswick Community College. Again, thank you for attending this graduation. It's greatly appreciated by everyone here, and especially our graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce J.D. Smith, our BLET Director.
Thank you. At this time, I'll ask everyone to please rise so we can receive class. Class 73, post. At this time, please remain standing for the presentation of colors of the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. Will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Class 73.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
is Coach.
You may be seated. This time, please help me welcome our President, Dr. James Smith.
Good afternoon. I'm James Smith, and it's an honor to serve as the President of Brunswick Community College, and to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the 73rd BLET class in our beautiful Odell Williamson Auditorium. Parents, relatives, and friends, I invite you to celebrate in the accomplishments of your loved ones, as they have learned and achieved a great deal to be honored this afternoon. It takes courage and passion to help others when one becomes a law enforcement officer. Each of our graduates has that desire to safeguard the lives and property, to protect the innocent from harm, and to keep order. I'm very thankful that each of you has chosen to serve our community and for obtaining your education and training at Brunswick Community College. BCC values our BLET program, and as such, we have made a great investment in the program. As you were driving in from 17, you saw the construction site of the new Allen Holden Public Safety Center. This 28,000 square foot facility will contain over $1 million in equipment, including a modular tactical wall system, a driving simulator, and a Vertra police training simulator to help prepare law enforcement officers in real-life instances with immersive and intense scenarios that provide an in-depth look into human performance. We're also building a driving pad for our BLET driver precision training course. All of those are on the way. Our new building will be opening in April of 2026. I invite you out to take a tour once we get that completed, and the dry pad is still in the planning phases. We hope that that's open next year as well. We're very grateful for the construction funding provided by the North Carolina General Assembly. Our representatives, including Representative Frank Eiler, Representative Charlie Miller, and Senator Bill Rabin, were a big part in that fund. The equipment is funded by the Golden Leaf Foundation. Some of that equipment is already in place, and another building is already being used to train our current law enforcement officers. Today, as we celebrate the graduates, I'm very thankful for the basic law enforcement faculty, the best in North Carolina. I especially want to thank J.D. Smith and Tony Burke for their leadership in our program. I would also like to thank all of our adjunct faculty for all they do to provide the very best education and training to make sure our students are successful and as safe as can be as they join the workforce. Finally, I would like to thank all the loved ones who are here to support the graduates. It's been a long journey, the longest ever in basic law enforcement training in North Carolina. Each graduate needed each of you in their time to start their new career and to have the confidence to succeed. Thank you. Graduates, thank you for your belief in Brunswick Community College and our BLET program. Best of luck as you engage in the workforce. Thank you for protecting our community. Thank you.
Our speaker today is Retired Major Tony Burke. Tony started his public service career in 1990 as a volunteer EMT. He completed BLET in 1994 at Brunswick Community College and was sworn in at Bald Head Island as a public safety officer. After a couple of years, Tony moved to Boiling Spring Lakes Police Department, and in 1998 he became a full-time officer in the town of Long Beach, which later became the town of Oak Island. At the Oak Island Police Department, he worked in many capacities, including as a patrol officer, bike officer, field training officer, and in investigations. During that time, Tony also became certified as a general instructor, which subsequently obtained several specialized instructor certifications such as driver training, rapid deployment, taser, firearms, and several others. He also began teaching at Brunswick Community College in the BLET program. Tony was promoted to sergeant in 2011 and oversaw the investigations section for several years. He was then promoted to lieutenant and later to the rank of major. In 2018, he left the Oak Island Police Department and started with the Southport Police Department, where he finished his career as second in command, overseeing training, personnel, budgets, and many special projects. Tony, along with his wife who worked for Brunswick County, both of them retired in January 1st of 2025. Thereafter, he began working as a qualified assistant with Brunswick Community College's BLET program. Please help me welcome our speaker, Tony Burke.
How's everybody doing this afternoon? It's hard to say afternoon instead of evening, because this is our first graduating class during the day instead of at 6 o'clock in the evening. So, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your day to come and join us here today. These guys and ladies have definitely put in some work. It's hard to say that the easy part's over, the hard part starts, but that's pretty much what it's going to be for the next 30 years. So best of luck with that. With that, though, I'd like to thank the class for their time and effort, the friends and family that are in the audience here today, the agencies that are represented here, command staff from different agencies, the Sheriff's Department, Leland, Holden Beach. I saw a couple others out there, highway patrols here as well. I'd also like to thank Dr. Smith and Dr. Lee for your support thus far this year and everything that we've done, as well as some of our staff from the Community College, Lisa, Melissa, Dean Holloman, and my sidekick and mentor over here, JD, for keeping us straight, keeping me in check and on point as we move through this new program and new schedules and stuff that we have to deal with. You heard Dean Holloman reference the fact that my wife and I both retired January 1st, hence the reason I'm here working part-time now to keep myself busy, because both of us retiring at the same time in the same household could be problematic. Figured I'd find something to do to keep myself busy. Seriously though, I've enjoyed, I never thought when I started in 94 that I would be teaching, much less helping run the BLET program 30 years later. So there's no telling who sits on this front row right now that'll be in the same position 10, 15, 20 years from now. No matter where how you put it together, you may be here too. So God help us all. One of the achievements that I am most proud of is the fact that my wife and I both were able to retire at the same time, which has given us a new perspective on togetherness. We've done a lot of travel, a lot of vacation, but it's also allowed me to be able to focus on here, which is kind of what I want to talk to you guys for just a few minutes about this afternoon, is family and support systems for you. These men and women in this class are going to need all the help that they can get. For those guys and ladies to be able to go out and do their job safely and professionally, which is what we all need, they need to have your understanding and support. And that's something that often gets overlooked in our career. These guys and ladies, officers, Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, police departments, company police, whatever agencies that they land in, have a tendency to go out, do their job, and come home. What you don't understand or what you may not be aware of are the stresses that they have to deal with and how those tend to compound themselves over the course of a day, a week, a month, years in a career. So it's very important. I feel very strongly in the fact that without family and friends, support systems within the agency and the family, they can't do their job. Again, I have make no bones about it, the fact that one of the biggest achievements of my life was the fact that I finished my career after 30 years. My wife also finished her career. She started when she was 18. I started when I was a little bit older than that. She's been in public service. She's worked as a correctional officer, not to be confused with a guard, because I know she's going to see this later. They're not the same thing. She was a probation officer and then ultimately worked for DSS. So she had a unique understanding of some of the issues that I had to deal with personally and professionally. Going to calls, answering calls, being tied up on a wreck when they're supposed to be home for dinner, or your family, friends are having a gathering, your children has a birthday party, your kids have a ball game or something. They may not make it. Something occurs that they can't get cleared up as scheduled, and they wind up working their extra shift. They need to understand from you guys up front before the fact that it's okay for them to finish their job, finish their career, finish that task, and then come home and you'll still be there. Too many times I have seen, and I'm sure that some of the men and women in uniform in the room and some of those that are retired that came before us can probably list hundreds of names and examples of families that have broken because the non-law enforcement family don't understand the issues and the stresses that this job places on the officers. So it's very important, and I'm asking you now to take the time and understand what these guys and ladies are going to have to deal with before it happens. I want to give you one quick note, a number I want you to remember, and I'll readdress it again momentarily. But the number 42 comes to mind. I want you to just keep that in the back of your mind, and I'll bring it back to you in just a few minutes. For the audience, the family, friends, officers, agencies, I know, I don't want to call you out, but Chief Humphreys is in the audience from Leland Police Department. I know he's very involved in peer support. Some of his staff are exceptionally involved, as is the Sheriff's Department. So this is kind of along the lines of that thought process. But for the family and friends in the audience, none of the successes I talked about now could have been possible or even attainable without the most important part of any police officer's career. Being a police officer is a type of career in which you are judged, oftentimes openly and with disrespect. We as instructors and mentors teach and preach teamwork throughout the BLET program. Director Smith and I practice what we preach within our office by working together without the need for attention or credit. We just get the job done, that's what matters, and put out a professional product that you see before you today. We stress the same ideology to the students, and I would like to take time to talk to you about the importance of family and support mechanisms for these officers. Quality support systems are the greatest overlooked resource for most officers. Family in any form is critical for these officers to successfully navigate the hazards, pitfalls, and obstacles that they will face throughout their career. Some of those pitfalls and hazards are going to be greater than what you can imagine. Trust me, I have been faced with several of them, and some of them take the work to get out of it, unintentional or otherwise. When these men and women respond to investigate fatal wrecks or heavily traveled roads, respond to medical emergency calls and deal with the death and trauma that they'll deal with, have to work overtime for last-minute arrests or hear and read comments that are posted in print negative toward them or toward their career. They need to be able to focus on the task at hand in order to be professional and compassionate officers that they have been trained to be. To be successful, they need your support, understanding, and willingness to be flexible. Every officer in this auditorium has at some time had to cancel dinner plans, birthday parties, or not make a child's dance or show. Law enforcement is not just writing tickets and taking folks to jail. Law enforcement, especially modern policing, is more than ever a service career. These ladies and gentlemen in front of you have been instructed by the instructors here, myself, JD. You have to have some knowledge and ability to operate at all kinds of levels and deal with all kinds of things. We need officers that can access critical thinking skills, apply modern best practice responses to service needs, and interact with the public in a professional manner. And for them to perform at their best, you need to let them know they have your support and that they can go about their task and focus with the focus that they must have. Understand that while not all calls they respond to and the issues that they deal with are critical and life-threatening, over a period of several years of career, these little stresses compound and they eventually manifest themselves. We need all of you to be aware and alert to that fact now before it becomes an issue. For the class, these little stresses compound and sneak up on you and create issues with family, co-workers, administration, schedules, and the list goes on and on. What makes the difference is how you deal with these issues, not letting the small conflicts control the big you. Evaluate the problem, evaluate the options, evaluate the outcomes, and make a choice. Develop a solid support mechanism and use it. And be aware of your co-workers and that they may not have these same mechanisms, and be there for them. Support your co-workers and your teammates. Don't judge, just provide support through listening and being a soundboard if need be. The last couple of items I'd like to share with the class are all the instructors that you've had in class have shared decades. Some of us with more decades than others of experience in training and response techniques and everything that we've tried to share as much as possible with you in the time that we've had. I want to reiterate a couple of things that I believe are important before you leave here today. First, you are always a police officer, whether you're on duty or off duty. No matter where you are, Costco, downtown shopping, hanging out with your family or friends, on the ball field with your children, or at the grocery store. Someone will know who you are, make a good impression, and make choices that your grandmother would be proud of. Secondly, this is your chosen career. It's an honorable career. Keep your skills and knowledge current. Take ownership of your mistakes and learn from them. Share them and be better. Always look to improve and then share that knowledge. Example, see if you can figure out who this is. My nephew and I, 17-year-old, he has his 17-year-old skills and knowledge and beliefs, and then of course I have my not 17-year-olds. So I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to make a game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeeded. Michael Jordan. Third, you define the job by doing your job the right way. Be aware of how your actions are interpreted by those you interact with daily, and strive to maintain a professional, strong, and positive reputation. Remember, we can only teach the skills that you develop, nurture, and maintain your reputation. And you've heard me speak about that before. Fourth, treat all the people you interact with dignity and respect. There are times when you will have no option but to use force or take enforcement action to perform your job. It will happen. There is no bigger compliment than having that person apologize to you later for their actions and thank you for your actions. Fifth, do not subscribe to the career progression that's so often expressed by new officers. You know, you don't have to be a supervisor to influence people in direct paths. I have heard too many times that when I'm in charge or when I get promoted, things will be different. This is how I'll do things. You do not have to be in charge to influence and take control. According to Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, make small commitments and keep them. Be a light, not a judge. Be a model, not a critic. be part of the solution and not the problem. The goal is to get the job done and not worry about who gets credit. The last two items before I close. As you're aware, the class started on January 27 of this year. These students have received instructions and demonstrated skills on arrest, subject control techniques, firearms, law enforcement, driving, active attack response, and many other types of call responses, interviews, and many other topics. At the beginning of my time, I asked you to remember the number 42. 42 is the number of officers who've lost their lives since this class started this year. I ask that each of you here today do what you can do to ensure that you do not become 43. Find a positive mentor. Be a positive mentor. Develop a guardian mentality with the ability and skills of a warrior. Develop the wisdom to know what you need at any given time. And then when I close, I like that, always issue a small challenge to both the audience and the class. To the family and friends in the audience, I challenge you to understand the challenges that these men and women will face and provide them a positive support system and focus and return home safely at the end of their shifts. To the new officers in front of me, I challenge you to communicate with your family and friends and not share share not just the stories that you will, but share the stresses, your feelings, and your concerns. Develop an open, non-judging line of communication with your support team. You cannot do this job in a vacuum. You can't do it by yourself. Make the profession better when you leave than it was when you got here today. Thank you for your time and support. Good luck to each of you.
Something at you. From January to the end of April, me and this young man here were running a full-time, daytime, part-time, nighttime academy, two different curriculums at the same time. This whole new curriculum that you guys are the first of was different. We made changes here and there. And there's plenty of times where we both came in during the day, left, and then had to come back and start the night class. We did it. It was tough, but we did it. So you guys took the challenge from an 868-hour course, brand new, that started January 1 of this year. The first, Brunswick Community College, and the first 100% pass on the state exam. So you guys did that. You trusted us. We yelled at you. But at registration, you heard me say, and this is my motto, I say it every class, effort equals opportunity. I believe in it. I preach it. You guys gave me the effort. And when you were slacking, we told you about yourselves. So just to give you guys an idea, these guys endured over 90 hours of firearms training, almost 60 hours of law enforcement driving training. Some of them realize that they cannot drive now. This is very hands-on curriculum. At first, I had my reservations about it, but I came to like it. The instructors, we trusted you guys to present the material, and I didn't say, hey, this is what you need to do. They took it and did it. Some of them took it upon themselves to make you guys test so you can, just to see who's paying attention. These guys took 38 different blocks. Each one had an inner block test. Okay? 4 units. All except at state exam. All that 868 hours came down to 1 test, 4 hours, 300 questions. And all you guys did, you passed. So I still, that day, I still feel some of you guys hugging me. You see your excitement. So I want to thank you guys. You guys use the best equipment. We have the best equipment. I'll preach that all day long. Best instructors. Thank you for choosing Brunswick Community College. Thank you for allowing us to lead you. It means a lot. So you guys made history. So, and yes, you have your own little plaque in the classroom. 100%. We have the best BLET in the state. Nobody can tell me anything different. So at this time, I'm going to ask the class president, Mr. Joshua Armstrong, to come up and give his president's message.
How are you? Get squared away here. Before I start, my granddaddy when I was growing up always carried a handkerchief. Now I know why. Sweat. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, on behalf of this graduating class, thank you all for being here. Directors, instructors, spouses, family, and friends. Your support carried us through every long day, sore muscle, late night study sessions, whether it came in the form of motivational talk, an understanding smile, or helping us with laundry after scat. It has meant more than we can express. We truly couldn't have done this without all of you. To my wife, who was truly my hero in my life. Thank you, sweetheart. It was the hardest on you from day one. It made you made me every plate of breakfast. You packed every box of lunch. You stayed up every night, every late night with me to help in any way you could to study. When you accomplish a goal or a dream on your own, it's great, it's wonderful. But when you achieve a life goal with your other half, it truly is the most amazing feeling. I could not have even come close to reaching the top of this mountain if it weren't for you. I love you, Alexis. You did all of this and still managed 4 kids. 5, because she would tell you that I'm included on that. That's how she would put it. I'm included, I know. Again, you truly are my hero. To my boys, Toby, Axton, and Hunter, you helped Daddy more than you'll ever realize. After every test, I would come home tired, exhausted, defeated, and the first thing you 3 would ask when I came in the door, as soon as I came in the door, Daddy, how'd you do today? How'd you do on your test? Because they always knew, they always remembered. I don't know how, but they did. I would say, I didn't do that great on this one, guys. And without a hesitation, you all 3 had the same exact response, as if you rehearsed it. It's okay, Dad. You just gotta study harder. No big deal. He said, remember, you're gonna be a deputy sheriff. I would just laugh inside, and I would tell them, yep, you're right. So thank you. So thank you, my sweet boys. Daddy's here today, the deputy sheriff. All right, enough of that. Over the past several months, we were tested mentally, physically, and emotionally, and somehow we passed, well, most of the time. We've been gassed, shot out with rubber bullets, plastic, I'm not sure what it was, but it hurt. Little to no sleep, sometimes basically broke financially, and still made it to class the next morning. That's not dedication, that's borderline crazy, but here we are. We studied laws, practiced precision shooting, and learned to write reports so detailed that I'm pretty sure some of us now narrate our lives in third person. Most importantly, this taught us to endure. As we prepare to serve our communities, we carry with us the weight of filling the shoes of the officers and deputies before us. But we will carry hope, the hope that we can make a difference, that we can be steady, hand in the storm, and sometimes the calm voice on the worst day of someone's life. As some of you know, we started this journey with a larger group. Today we graduate without 7 of our classmates who began with us. While they aren't sitting beside us, they're always going to be a part of our class and our family. As for those of us still standing, most of us will soon begin our careers right here in Brunswick County. Some of us in the beach towns, others will be a little further out but serving together in Columbus County, and the toughest one, in my opinion, amongst us will be headed further into the grind by heading to trooper school. We're proud to represent all communities, and even more proud to carry forward what we've learned here. Of course, there are some unique lessons along the way, like how no one ever seemed to know who was supposed to take out the trash. For a class full of future officers trained to handle high-stress decisions, it's amazing how fast we all disappeared when it came time to empty the garbage can. But it's okay. We made it. But let's not forget Director Smith and all of this, the man that secured our seats and allowed us into this course to begin with. A lot of credit is to be given to him. Some days he was the man on the grill, and evidently the man with a serious bowling habit. We're still not sure how many games he rolled during our training, but based on his schedule, well, you know. But on a serious note, to give you an example of the kind of director and person J.D. Smith is, me being new to Brunswick County, not having really any contacts, all I had were my words and my faith that I was doing the right thing the day that I walked into your office. Little did I know I would basically have a job opportunity with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office by the time I walked out. JD, from my heart and soul, thank you. Thank you for taking a chance with me, putting your name and reputation on the line for a complete stranger. By standing here today in this uniform that you helped me put on, will begin to pay back what you have done for me. And Assistant Director Burke, the man we went to with almost all of our repeated questions about the schedule. From all of us, we are sorry for aging you over the last 6 months with our antics. Thank you especially for hearing our million complaints and seeing our struggles and putting in the extra hours trying to accommodate us to the best of your ability, whether it was making our test schedule a little bit more bearable or cramming in amazing study sessions just minutes before each test. You saw our fears with these tests and never failed to be the calm voice just by simply saying, "You've got this." To my fellow classmates, my sisters, my brothers, thank you. I certainly never expected to be the one standing up here delivering this speech. I don't know whether to be happy or mad at you. You pushed me, supported me, and made me laugh when I needed it most. Usually in the group chat, hearing about the latest adventure, sometimes with Big Al. Each of you brought something different to this experience: humor, grit, encouragement, and even the occasional snack when someone forgot theirs. We leaned on each other, challenged each other, and made each other better. We started this journey as strangers. We're leaving as a team, always. Last but not least, we leave here ready, not just to enforce the law, but to serve with integrity, humility, heart, and maybe just a little bit of swagger. Or as some people would say, je ne sais quoi. We've earned this moment, and we carry with us the responsibility to live up to the badge. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Here's to every step that brought us here, and every step we'll take from here forward. Congratulations, Class 73. Time to go to work. Thank you.
tease Joshua every day and tell him that I used to look like him back in the 90s. Don't have any pictures, but you know. All right, at the moment that you're all waiting for, presentation of certificates.
I 73. On your feet. Attention. All.
Joshua Armstrong. Austin Bell. Tyler Cartry. Nathan Gilbert. You wanted that picture? Robert Hampton. Cameron Holt. Devin Kiesman. Christopher Felipe. Christopher Renzi. Luke Satterdown. Lee Simpson. Trent West. Casey Ziegler. Now we have some individual awards we're going to give out. So the first award goes to the highest class academic average. And again, it's a 38 in the block test. So the highest average with a 90.79, Mr. Christopher Renzi. So Christopher, I'll hold you up right there. Also Also, we give out the highest state exam average award. With our state exam average, is 300 questions, 4 hours, of 91, Christopher Renzi. Our next award goes to Physical Fitness Award. And the Physical Fitness Award, it's called a ProPat, and it's broken down into 6 parts. First part, you have 6 minutes to complete, where there's step-ups, bag roll, got push-ups, jumping over 4-foot fence, crawling into covert, then you get to come back and do it all over again. And the second part is you have 3 minutes to do that. Where you just jog down, come back, and you pick up a 175-pound dummy, and you drag it back and forth. The first part, this student did it in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. The second part, he did it in 1 minute and 14 seconds. The Physical Fitness Award goes to Trent West. Our next award is the Top Driver Award. And I'll say this, each one of these students, you know what a cone sounds like when you hit it. Hit a lot of cones. And you realize you can't back up without the backup camera that we turn off. So there's 5 fixed course, then you get to chase the instructor on the pursuit course and emergency response course. So with an average of 92.75 out of 100, Top Driver Award goes to Tyler Carter. Next award is the Top Firearms Award. It endured over 90 hours of training, each student 2,500 rounds. It's pretty good. Sheriff's Office, you got somebody here if you ever need help. With an average of 99.1 out of 100. Devin Keesman. Next award is the Class Leadership Award. This is voted on by the class. They vote on their classmate who displayed the leadership qualities that they are looking for. And I knew it was a no-brainer. They all voted. And the Class Leadership Award goes to Joshua Armstrong. I'm gonna find that picture and show you how he used to look like him. The last award for students is the School Director's Award. That's the highest award. The award is chosen by myself and my partner, Retired Major Tony Burke. And this award, I have named this award after my mentor, Odell Williamson Director's Award. All you guys are deserving. I wish I could give it to every last one of you guys did everything we asked for. But this person not only displayed class leadership, he displayed just the smile alone. Every day I was like, God. And you never knew that the student had his own issues, and each one of you guys came in my office and talked to me personally, which I treasure. That means a lot. Because once you leave that office, it's not leaving what we talk about. And I went to bat for every last one of you guys. I will say this, and when I say this, I know he's going to know. He's the only one in the class that didn't fail not one test. So, the Director's Award goes to Trent West. Now the instructor award, Major Tony Burke is going to come and issue that. And this award is voted on by the students.
Like Daddy said, this award is voted on by the students. The guidelines for selection include instructors that are willing to take the extra steps to ensure that the students get the material in a manner and a method and provide genuine instructions so that they can understand it and apply the material, because you're well aware at this point, after testing and retesting and testing and retesting and testing some more, that it's not just regurgitation of material. So for the instructors to be able to give the material to you in a manner in which you can understand it is very critical. Just a quick background, the award is the Susan B. Johnson Instructors Award. Susan was known to many of the instructors here and across both Brunswick, New Hanover County, Pender County, as well as other counties. She started her law enforcement career in New Hanover County as a patrol deputy and served 22 and a half years. In that time, she served as a crime scene investigator, narcotics investigator, SRO, school resource officer, investigator, recruitment, and a supervisor. She retired in 2011, where she continued to teach in law enforcement and help develop and mentor other instructors and students. Susan passed away in 2015 at the age of 59. The plaque, the award reads, she was not only an instructor, but a friend and mentor to all. Susan was the sister of retired Lieutenant Wilmington Police Lieutenant Obi Blanton that JD just spoke of, who passed away at the end of last year. And it's very near and dear to several of us here today. Obi and I personally taught together for over 20 years. This award is given to the instructor that best exemplifies, as chosen by the students, that mentality and that desire to teach and instruct. This year it goes to retired Sergeant Arthur Hayes.
Now we have a benediction by Reverend Dr. William L. Smith, aka my dad.
We say good evening to everyone, and it's a pleasure again to be in your presence. We give honor to Dr. Smith, president of this great institution, Brunswick Community College. And my son, as he already let you know, he is one of my children. James D. Smith, the director of the BLET. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is his first class as the director of his great institution for for the BLET. His mother and I are proud of him. She's here with us today. We're here supporting him in this class. And you know I am a preacher, Reverend Dr. William L. Smith, and when a preacher get a crowd, we can talk a long time. But as I say this for honor and a pleasure, let me just say a word or two of encouragement to you graduates. Remember that when you leave home every morning, that you are leaving your family. And as you go out and to protect and serve communities and neighborhoods, you're protecting and serving someone else's family. So I want to leave with you that leave home expecting to return to your family. Let those that you are serving and protect make sure they return to their family. So I want to leave that with you so you'll know when you go out, you're serving and protecting someone's family, just like the family you left at home. That being said, let us stand and get ready to depart from this place. Go out and just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Find a pretty place to have lunch or dinner. God bless all of you. Let us pray. Our Father, as we come to the close of this service, we just thank you once again for these that have taken on a challenge of life to serve communities and neighborhoods. Father, we give you praise, we give you honor, we give you glory in all things. Bless this institution, God. Bless the president, bless the director, everyone here under the sound of my voice, the leadership of this place. And this will continue to produce and grow those that are willing to serve and protect in our communities. And we give you thanks, we give praise, honor, and glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You are dismissed.
Class 73, dismissed. Ace. Out.
Audience, you are dismissed. You can reach your loved ones in. Thank you again for coming out.